Welcome to Bear With Us, the podcast where two women bravely explore the High Line.
One charming town and quirky event at a time.
We're here for the people, the stories, and the small moments that make this place special.
And don't worry, zero bears.
Probably.
Welcome back to Bear With Us, the podcast from Bear Paw Development, where we share the people, places, and projects that make North Central Montana so special. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Julia. Today we're heading to the High Line and shining a spotlight on one of the region's most unique small town experiences.
We're joined by Conrad Wendland, owner of the High Line Theater in Rudyard, a place that's become more than just a movie theater, a gathering space, a destination, and a reflection of the community itself.
We're going to talk with Conrad about his connection to Rudyard, his ties to the movie industry, and what makes the small town such a special place to visit and experience.
Conrad, we are so glad to have you with us. Welcome to Bear With Us.
Thanks so much for having me. This is really cool.
First things first, we like to put our guests in the hot seat. So looking at some iconic cinematic bears, which one would you want to spend the day with? Baloo from The Jungle Book, Paddington, or Ho from Kung Fu Panda?
I don't know how to take that all of them I can associate with food.
That's fair.
So that's really hard to choose. Those are all great, but I know I'd probably have more fun, and nostalgia tells me Baloo.
I like it. I like it.
Also, my favorite movie bear. He's
Little
not come
John?
up a lot, but
Little John, which is the same character almost.
That's
yeah,
true.
I almost put Little John in there, but no, Baloo's better.
You would have won.
Yeah.
I got a Snapchat recording from my older sibling this morning, and they were telling their partner that there's an Edgar Allan Poe musical coming out. That their partner thought they said a Poe musical, meaning
Kung Fu Panda.
And I was like,
Also, I would go to that.
musical.
Yeah, they
That'd be great.
absolutely need to do that.
Agreed.
So, Conrad, why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself, your background, connection to the area, things like that.
I'm Conrad Wendland, and I grew up in Rudyard. Family has farmed there for a lot of years. Oh gosh, 7, 8 years ago, I moved back and started farming as well. And somewhere in there, got the Highline Theater, which is a lot of fun.
Has it been 7 or 8 years?
Yeah, I came back in 18.
For those who don't know, Conrad is my neighbor. And I just don't feel like it's been that long, but yeah, I guess it has.
And longest I've lived anywhere since home.
Yeah.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. So what drew you back to this community and what's kept you here?
I mean, Rudyard's always had a special place. It's home. Sometimes you just hear the call for home. But, a little bit of burnout being out in the world at the time. And I'm happy I made the right choice. I came home. Been good.
I like it.
What were you doing when you were away from home?
I was working on film and television in Los Angeles
And how did you get there?
by car.
By car, great.
He walked.
The short answer is I was screwing around in college and got a media arts degree.
I would call that screwing around in college.
Very expensive paperweight.
I did a lot of work for having as much fun as I did. Just kind of seemed an option that I took, and I worked really hard and got into the industry and had a lot of fun working on film and TV and being close to a medium that I love.
And he's also a fellow Grizz, so take that,
Oh,
Julia.
yes, it was Missoula, so of course we had fun.
The worst.
Weirdly, we were in Missoula around the same time and did not know each other.
Never
That's
crossed
wild.
paths.
No.
Wow. Well, I almost got an arts degree from Missoula.
Almost.
Well, I realized I wasn't going to make any money.
So she got
Fair
into
enough.
community development.
Fair enough.
which is
Fair enough.
Another lucrative path.
Now I have a marketing degree. I'm still not using that. So
No, we don't use many of them anymore. You use
No.
yours, kind of.
Peripherally, yeah.
Yeah.
So you and I are pretty fluent in Rudyard, but explain how Rudyard is to Julia, as she does not live there.
It's one of those little towns you drive by when you're driving on Highway 2. And if you turn in, you can find a couple fun little things. We have an awesome museum. I absolutely want to push that how great it is there. They work with the Museum of the Rockies. We have displays that you should not find in a town of 300 people.
200 to grand, yeah, somewhere around there.
Um,
Also on our street is the
yeah, no, it's right
museum's
down
right
the
down the
street.
street from us.
I
Um,
actually didn't know that. I've never been to the museum.
It's super
it's
fun.
really cool.
Interesting.
And they do Fossil Fest every year. That's
Yes,
coming up next month.
yes, June. I don't have a
Oh,
calendar.
20.
Week after Father's Day. That's what I
Yes.
do remember.
I like it.
26th.
Yes.
Yep.
I think that it's really cool that you have, both sides, really small town, and then moving over, and you said LA, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Hollywood.
That's pretty wild. Not a lot of people in Montana get to experience that duality. Which do you prefer?
They're apples and oranges. They have their place. Um, I liked LA because it was big enough that you could find where you belong and have all the fun you wanted and work at anything you wanted and meet awesome, weird, interesting people every day.
And good food.
That was the thing that I've said since I moved back. I miss the food so
Miss food. Yeah.
Can't even imagine leaving all of that.
any kind of food you want, any time of day. It was awesome.
Ugh, I would kill for it. Well, that's a lie because I could move and I'm not going to. So,
It's great to visit.
can you tell us a little bit more about like your journey in LA and maybe some of the projects that you worked on and those types
Yeah,
of things?
yeah. I thought I was going to be in camera when I started. That's kind of where I was starting to end up in college, with a media arts degree into digital filmmaking. By the way, I think that program's still going. Did me well. Then just kind of as I got on sets, I kind of looked around and found the work I wanted to do and the people I wanted to be around while doing it. And so my official title was I was grip, which doesn't mean anything. But it's kind of lighting and rigging and pushing dolly, camera support.
Yeah. Got to make sure the microphone's not in frame.
No, we didn't do the microphone.
Oh,
We did like light quality.
oh, awesome.
So
That's hard.
we had special tools. So like we diffused the light so it wasn't so harsh. We'd balance it to get it where we wanted. We never plugged in the lights either. We didn't do the light part. That's how specific it got. We like to say that the electricians plugged in the lights and we made them look good.
I like that. So, as a lighting guy, did they or did they not fake the moon landing?
Well,
You're good.
oh no,
Conrad loves him a good conspiracy theory.
perfect. So they tried to, and they hired Kubrick, but Kubrick's such a perfectionist, they had to shoot it on location.
Shoot it on. It was all a ploy.
And I have been privileged to see his lighting skills in play for our annual Christmas card on more than one occasion.
Those were
You
fun.
got the lights pretty good for our cat Steve that one year.
That one was good. He was tricky too.
He was looking pretty good.
He was nervous. The dog was upstairs and he knew it. He was distracted, but
So tell us a little bit about how you came to acquire or not acquire, but start showing movies in Rudyard. Like you obviously have a love for movies. What do you think I'm trying to ask a question and it's just coming out all weird.
tell me about the movie theater.
Tell me about the movie theater. Thank you. Do you want to host today? Because apparently I'm broken.
I'll start asking questions if you're not careful. So the theater's been there forever. I am just another owner in a long line. Rudyard has had a theater since October 1949. They used to show movies 5 nights a week, 7 nights a week, couple showings a night. In that golden age of cinema in the late 40s and 50s, and it's always been open. We keep it open in the summers. It's a big empty building with a high heat bill, so yeah, I was at the Post Harvest Boogie way back when we did that, so 5-6 years ago, and there was just rumblings that the current owners were thinking about retiring or moving on, and I said, hey, if you ever sell that thing, let me know. And to my great surprise, she says, we're thinking about doing that soon. You want to go look at it? So we crossed the street and I got another tour of the theater. And before I knew it, I bought the theater.
Oops. And to give you like a verbal walkthrough, it might be one of the coolest theaters I've ever seen in my life. It like everything is so retro in there still. It's not really been updated, but in like a really cool niche way.
Not like in a grungy, weird way.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
not dirty, but it's
Mhm.
like it's very like classic feeling.
Got a
Um,
little bit Art Deco feel to it. Very
yeah,
mid-century. It's got the original seats, which aren't the most comfortable, but you'll stay awake for the whole movie.
There you
yeah.
go.
You got to get up and stretch if it's a long movie, but and I love when you walk in, there's this counter and it's usually your dad selling tickets. But like then you go around the corner and it's this little lobby with the concession stands. By the way, best pop movie theater popcorn.
Which I
We're
brought
looking at a
today.
bag of it right now.
We do
I
love
left
a
one
bag of
upstairs for
popcorn.
everybody else too. The popcorn machines from the 40s too. It's great.
And it still works? That is
Well,
so
It
cool.
takes a little love every once in a while, but yeah, no, I really bought a popcorn stand with me.
Worth it.
Smart. Yeah, you know what? I would too.
One of the things that you taught me when you bought this, because I didn't realize, is where the phrase "the silver screen" comes from, and it has a tie to your theater.
You go up to those screens and they're silver, so they reflect.
Oh,
I had no idea.
You never go up there when the movie's over. You gotta go
is that
home.
is that still how they make them?
That's the one in Rudyard is like that. As I was buying it, I was down in LA and I went and checked out some theaters there too. It's a silver screen.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that. The more you know.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Did you have to do, I mean, much work to get things moving, or had the previous owners taken
It
care of
had been running. It's always going to need some maintenance. It's an old building. And I didn't change too much because part of the charm is that it's old. It reminds you of walking into a theater when you were a kid.
for sure?
Um,
And it came up on my Snapchat memories. Was it 3 years ago? We did an opening night celebration for you?
yes, this is my 4th season.
Yes.
So 3, yeah.
We had ourselves a gala at the theater.
It was a lot of fun. I was so stressed that night that I might not have enjoyed it as much as I could have, but it was a steep learning curve. It was step in and everything's moving now. So
So we wanted to make sure that it was a huge thing. And I went and got red fabric and red duct tape, and I made a red carpet.
I remember you
Yeah.
talking about that.
And then
Yeah.
we had my husband's brother come because he's a photographer, and he was the paparazzi and like taking pictures of everybody.
What a fun experience for everybody, though. That's so cool.
it was a blast. Yeah.
I love
And you
that.
showed probably one of the greatest movies in the world.
I had to open with Jurassic Park.
The best movie in the world. Jurassic Park is my comfort movie.
That is sick.
I love it. I don't know what about it. I love the first 3. They're phenomenal.
They are. I showed the second one. Which one did I show last Fossil Fest? The second one? Yes.
Nice.
Yes, because you show a dinosaur themed, and you do a cute like matinee for kids too.
Yes. I do the kids matinee,
I love that.
which is chaos. I don't know how many of them watch the movie, but
Do
Oh,
any
they have
kids
fun.
watch movies all the way through?
I will say I took my kids to see The Lion King, and my son was just born, and I was sitting in the back because I was like, "This is not going to go well." And there were like 2 other kids with mine just singing in the aisle, like all the songs. It's very relaxed feel. It's
Mhm.
not like a stressful. You need to be quiet,
police yourself if somebody's making too much noise. You can tell them or come tell me.
Yeah.
but it's
I
part of that small town charm.
Well, and that kind of speaks to the charm of movie theaters that sometimes we forget, which is that we get to experience that movie together and you get to hear other people laugh. You're not the only one. You get to, hear the gasps or something. And that's a lot of fun. It's something that you don't get at home. You have to go to theaters for that.
I went to a movie. We have a 7-year-old, and we took her and went with some friends of ours that have a kid, and we went and saw a children's movie. And there was a part in the movie that like all of the kids at the same time, like the movie said, I don't remember what it was, but it was some kind of a joke, and they all repeated it at the same time. There was probably like 100 kids in that movie theater, and I laughed so hard.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that that community and that commonality that movies bring. Um, I feel like it's such a cool cultural experience. that only a movie theater can bring. You know, you can watch all movies at home and whatever, but, watching them in the theater with other people and,
And
I don't
with
know, it's just
popcorn
kind
that
of
you didn't have to make.
yeah, that you didn't have to make so your
Mhm.
house doesn't smell like popcorn. It's just kind of a cool experience, and I feel like, you know, during COVID and whatnot, with the movie theater shutting down, I don't know that a lot of movie theaters were able to come back from that, and, I just and even I forgot, like, what that experience was like until we started bringing our kid back to the movie theater because she had never been, and I was like, "Oh, this is a cool thing for her childhood. I think that she's really gonna remember this."
I just saw in the news that the old one in Dillon just closed down.
Oh, darn. I think Jake might have said that that was coming if it
Yeah.
hadn't already. So, but to balance that out, the one in Shelby opened back up and it's
Yes.
fun.
The
Awesome.
Roxy, is that what it
Yes,
is?
they did a beautiful job with the sign. They cleaned it up. It still feels old. It's just a little bigger version of mine, really. It's awesome. I finally got there this winter, and
Montana has a lot of those charming little there's one in Livingston
Mhm.
that we got to learn about at a conference that we were at. Like, if you go to some of these small towns, they are trying to revive their classic theaters, and I think that that's
Yeah.
super cool.
well, and you mentioned COVID, and yeah, a lot of movie theaters did close, but a lot of old movie theaters got bought and reopened too. You know, I was kind of checking that out the other day because I was thinking about it. Um, you know, I'm not putting myself in the same category as these people, but like Kevin Smith bought his hometown movie theater in New Jersey to keep it open. Tarantino's done it in LA a couple times. I've been to a couple of them and they're fun. They're for movie fans again. They're
Yeah.
not cranking out the big multiplexes. They're for the experience of a movie again, and it's great.
Not out for the buck, they're out for the
Yeah.
The
yeah, the love of the
experience.
movies.
Yeah. Do you feel like, the movement of, like, streaming services has really changed the movie industry?
Oh, absolutely. I hit the golden years when I was working down there.
I bet, yeah.
But theaters have been fighting an uphill battle since the 50s. When did TV come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, when it became more
Fought
accessible to the
TV, they
Yeah.
fought VCRs and home video, we're fighting streaming. We're not fighting it, but it's a challenge, you
you're
know?
Mhm.
adapting to it.
Yeah. You have to yeah, it has to be special for people to go.
100%. Well, and I love that, you know, with your movie theater, you're able to show some movies that, you know, are a little bit more nostalgic, kinda run as a more, like, movie club. Um, I think that's really, really neat because you know, I remember watching all those movies as a kid in the theater, and, um, there's just something about watching Jurassic Park on the big screen that's
There's
It was
really,
fun.
nothing.
really great. Yeah.
My buddy was up here and he's from Missoula. He came to the first showing and he said he was watching the 5 or 6 or 8 of them, but there were some little kids that sat in the front row just like we used to when we were
Every
that
time.
age.
With your neck cranked
Oh
all the way
god.
up.
Yeah.
And the thing he said was, they weren't watching the movie, they were there. They
Yeah.
were in that movie.
They were at Jurassic Park.
It was 3D without being 3D.
Yeah, that was great. So, but
What
What
is
is
your
that?
favorite aside from Jurassic Park, what's your favorite movie that you've shown at the theater?
most of them. Uh, I showed Best in Show last night. That was awesome. R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. Um, what did I do last week? I forgot already.
You did
Grease. Oh,
Grease,
we do.
yeah.
I don't actually
Nice.
like Grease. You can cut that. But there's one girl in town, and every time she sees me, she asks if we're gonna watch Grease. And her birthday fell on the Friday, so I made sure we watched Grease for her.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
That's
She's so sweet.
awesome.
yeah.
That's not one of my favorite movies either. So something Sarah and I talk about, a lot is, how Kevin Costner has ruined Montana. So you don't show any Kevin Costner movies, right?
Oh, I probably have.
How dare you?
Oh gosh, have you?
I don't know. I must have.
I'm sure at some point.
I know, and I'm gonna have to. And yeah, Yellowstone is sometimes hard for some Montanans to get on board with. I'll be kind in that. No,
I'm
no,
not
it's
generally.
it's it's still storytelling. Um, and that's a good thing. Stories are the most beautiful thing in the world. We as humans have been telling stories for so long, all of history. So it's all storytelling.
I often wonder, when we're all gone off this earth and many generations down the line, assuming the world lasts that long, um, watch some of our movies, what are they gonna think? What will they think our lives were like? Are they gonna look at these movies and go, "That is the cheesiest thing I've ever seen," or are they gonna be amazed by it,
I think we already do that. Like, if you
Yeah.
watch some 80s
Absolutely.
movies, it's like, "That's cringe."
Yeah. Is it a really true picture of us though? In aggregate, we watch all sorts of movies because there's all sorts of different people.
I've seen a couple movies that hit a little too close to home, and, yeah, it's a little anxiety inducing.
I don't need help with
But
that
you
either.
can go to a theater and feel safe in that. That's why people like horror movies. Apparently, like they can feel scared in a safe place.
Oh, that's an interesting way to put that, actually.
I
I
heard that somewhere. I
never
didn't
thought
make it
about
up.
that.
You're not gonna take credit for
Yeah.
Nope,
that.
can't take credit because I don't watch horror movies.
Nor do I.
I do.
One of the things that you do, and the previous owners did it too, that I think is so fun and I've never seen anywhere else, is Mystery Movie Wednesday.
I love Mystery Movie Wednesdays. Um,
Is it just a movie, you just show up and
Yep.
you're watching
You don't
whatever's
know
on
what
the
you're watching
screen?
until you get there.
That's
I
really fun.
On the email, I send out a hint. Sometimes I'm kind and you can figure it out, and sometimes I like to keep them on their toes.
It's a
It's fun.
challenge every week to try to figure out what the movie is.
And people love trying to figure it out too.
Yeah.
That's half of it.
That's
So,
really exciting.
yeah.
And I remember one time it was my husband and me and you, we went on a Mystery Movie Wednesday, and it was probably one of the worst movies I have
I
ever
remember that
seen.
we were the only ones in the theater laughing.
Yeah, it was not a comedy. Not a comedy. I don't even remember what it was. It was some, like, Hallmark movie kind of, like, I don't know.
But it was
Um,
fun and people enjoyed it.
It was a fun night, like,
Oh my
even though it was
goodness.
a movie that we would never elect to watch,
Yeah.
but, like, we watched it, the whole thing.
That's absolutely another thing I do is like, I don't think you guys would choose to watch this movie, but you should. So let's play it on a Wednesday.
Might I suggest Velocipaster? If you haven't seen it, you need to see it.
That was a book first, wasn't it?
I actually don't know. We saw it on a whim one time. I think it was on one of our streaming services, and we were like, "This looks terrible. Let's watch it." Um, yeah, this pastor turns into a velociraptor.
It's
kind
exactly
of-
what it sounds like.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of ninjas.
'Cause why not?
It was the cheesiest, dumbest, funniest movie I've ever seen.
And it was fun.
It was great, yeah, and I would 1,000% watch it again because it was just we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into, and it was just so enjoyable.
I was very offended one Wednesday, because Conrad did me a kindness and played my favorite movie, which is Moulin Rouge. And as people were leaving, I was so excited, and I was like, "What'd you think?" And they're like, "That was weird." And I was like, "You need to get out of my face right now."
I was on board. That's one of my favorite movies.
How dare you disparage Moulin Rouge?
Oh my gosh.
I think it was last year I played Monty Python and Quest for the Holy Grail, and my mother came out of the movie, and her exact words were, "Why did they make that?"
Why not? I mean, yeah, it's a stupid movie, but it's also iconic.
And brilliant, yes.
Yeah. It's just a flesh wound. It's so funny.
And she laughed. It was good. Terrible movies, though. I have worked on a lot of terrible movies, like Velocipaster. I didn't work on that one.
But
I
it
wish
sounds
you
like
did.
something you would have.
I did a few days on Sharknado 2. I was there for that. The second one.
My husband in college, he took a writing class as everyone does. And at one point they had to watch a movie and write like a whole critique on it. So he decided we were watching Sharknado. He loves Sharknado, and I was tortured having to watch this.
Oh.
But he wrote like a 10-page paper on Sharknado and how it's like the best movie ever.
That's a good, like, way of looking at it, though, like, when you look at the impact movies have on everybody. I mean, I have a history degree, and I took a class, and we were talking about, like, immigration at the turn of the century and, like, mostly from, like, Eastern European countries. I literally referenced An American Tail in my college paper
Wow.
Heck yeah.
and got a shout out from my professor for the unique way, and it was kinda hard to find, wait, like, how do you cite a movie, like, in
Yeah.
your references? But, like, there movies are applicable to every single part of life.
Hmm.
Well, and, speaking of, like, history, so obviously in America, we're taught kind of one side of World War II, um, because that's the side that we have the most history on, and so we hear things from the Americans' perspective, and I got to watch, The Forgotten Battle. I don't know if you guys ever watched that.
I don't know that one.
Phenomenal movie, um, and it is there's barely any Americans in it. It looks at World War II from a completely different perspective from the other countries that were stepping in and helping and were kind of pivotal in the turning of the war. Just absolutely fascinating. And that's something that I never would have considered looking into had we not watched the movie. So we got to learn, more about what other people contributed, which
Hmm.
was really neat.
And, maybe you go and read some other stories, do a little research about that. But movies let you look into a different way of life than the one you've lived,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, uh, look at perspectives you never would have come across. And that's awesome.
Yeah, they're very,
Mm.
very connecting.
Yeah.
So one of the things about having a theater in such a small town or small community, and we're kinda linked to the other small communities around there, is people may not realize that it offers a complete date night experience or, like, a girls' night, or something like that. You can go have a nice steak at Inverness Supper Club,
Absolutely.
travel or
Please
eat
do, by
at
the
Sugar
way.
Shack during the summer, if when that's open, and then go watch a movie. There's bowling at the bar in Rudyard, like,
Yeah.
there's it offers things to do.
The Haver Car Club has cruised down, had dinner, watched a movie, and head
Oh,
back.
fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. They've got a hold of me and we'll try to work out a movie that they're going to like.
That's really neat.
I get a lot of people from the surrounding communities. It's not just Rudyard. That's where I happen to be, but you know, there's a little crowd from Chester that shows up a lot, and up and down the High Line, people drive from Havre, Fort Benton, all over. Or people passing through get lucky and find out about it too.
Yeah. I think that's really important for Rudyard, for people to come out there and not forget about, our small communities along the High Line, and
We're still there.
yeah, you're still there, and, so many people that live in those smaller communities also contribute to, places like Havre and Chester, and, I think it's important to give that back, so.
Can you talk a little bit, just because it's coming up, about the role that the theater plays in the Fossil Fest every year?
Heck yes. I am one of many things to do that day. So Rudyard, this will be the fourth year of Fossil Fest too.
Yeah.
We started doing a Fossil Fest, and we kind of center it around the museum, and they dig for dinosaur bones north of town. I've been out there. It's awesome.
Cool.
There's too
Yeah,
many snakes for me. I won't go.
there are some snakes. It's on the river. But yeah, we have a 3-on-3 kid basketball tournament in the morning. I've heard we're gonna have a cornhole tournament.
Yeah.
Fun.
Fire department gets up and cooks pancakes in the morning. High social. Have
Vendors.
Yes, lots of vendors. We had great ones last year.
Oh, it was really good.
That's cool.
I show a matinee for something to do in the middle of the day. And then the part that I very much enjoy, I make somebody else sell popcorn during that time. We've had one of the paleontologists that's digging out north come and give a little hour lecture talk on archaeology or paleontology and stuff. And that's been really, really interesting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's a good turnout at the theater
It
for
is.
that too.
That's awesome, and a good thing to know that people, I mean, can they rent your space to come and, like, give lectures? I mean, is that
Yeah, I
something
can
you've
make that
thought about?
happen.
It hasn't come
I
up.
can probably make that happen. Been bandied about. Nobody's taken it up yet, but yeah, it's a big open room with lots of seats. So
Yeah, that's really neat, actually.
And a cry room. I
so
have had to utilize the cry room.
know what a cry room is.
Is it like a mother's lounge?
Kinda, it's so if you go upstairs,
Yeah.
there's a room and you can see the movie, but it's, like, separated, and my
Oh.
favorite part about it is it's got, like, old seats from, like, a van or something, like, the bench
Cute.
Yep.
seats. Um,
So if your kid starts making too much noise, you can still enjoy the movie and hide back in the.
Oh, that is neat.
Yeah.
I did it the first time I took my daughter, but then I was like, "No, we're just gonna go to the main
Teach her how to
the
behave.
main part," and
Mhm.
sometimes they get rowdy and other
Hey.
times they're fine.
But like a matinee.
Ones with like really little kids, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
not walking yet, perfect for it.
Yeah.
Things like a matinee are such a great place for children to learn how to be in public,
Mhm.
to learn how to sit for a good amount of time without it being like too high of stakes, you know? Um, some people have church. We don't do church. So that's something that my child had to learn was sitting down at a movie.
Uh,
The whole High Line comes for Fossil Fest.
Oh
though.
gosh.
well, and we go to the Joplin Car Show,
Yep.
and
Yes. Is that at the same time?
it's the week
No.
after.
Oh, week
We
after.
don't.
Okay.
We want to support them, so we make sure we
Fair
don't step on anybody's toes.
I do love the Joplin Car Show.
That
That's
one's
pretty
really
awesome.
fun.
It is.
Um,
They've been doing that for 20 years or
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
already. It's awesome. They got it figured out.
but the amount of visitors that are at the museum during Fossil Fest, and I always pop in, and people are always like, "I had no idea this was here." Like, holy moly, because there's a lot in there. It is
Yeah.
an unassuming
Is
building.
it a part of the dinosaur trail?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. That
Yep.
is so neat. Pop in the museum, go watch a
Oh, and we have the
movie.
car museum too. That's part of it. I
Yep.
forgot about that part.
We do have the
That's
car
awesome.
museum. Um, there's a lot in Rudyard that you just don't think about when
Yeah.
you're just driving by.
Things like this let people know, which is great. I've listened to several of your podcasts. I'm a little behind, but like when you talk to the guy in Malta, that was great.
Oh, I loved that episode.
That was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
We learned a lot. And he was just fascinating to
Yeah.
talk to. What excites you most looking towards the future of not only Rudyard, but the theater as well?
And the Highline communities surrounding.
Yeah.
Highline is God, it takes a lot of work, doesn't it?
Yep.
These little towns have something to offer, but we've all got to pitch in and make it happen.
Nobody's coming to save our hometown.
No,
No.
no. We can do the work, and we have been, and there's a lot of people that do, and that's up and down the Highline. That's the Joplin Car Show. That's Sean and Elton still running the Inverness Supper Club 6 nights a week.
Hands down, best steak on the Highline.
Best steak I've ever had.
I need a good steak.
I'm telling you, it is.
It's one of the best.
Yeah.
Half a tenderloin is my personal favorite.
Same.
Yeah, and well, even in Havre, there's always stuff. They're raising money for the ski hill. They're, pushing the hockey program, which is awesome. There's a bunch of Havre Trails does stuff, and go and support that stuff. We all
Yeah.
need to go and support it so that it's still there.
Yeah, 100%. And I think even following your lead into, someone has to run it, right? So the fact that you took over the theater and didn't just say like, "Wow, that's a bummer that you guys are closing," if you want it, make it happen.
And it doesn't come without sacrifices. I mean,
100%.
So much more time than I thought.
I can't remember the last time that you've been able to float the river with us.
No, but it's
because
been at least 3 years.
yeah, his weekends are booked.
Yeah.
I don't regret it at all.
No.
And that's good.
Sometimes we take a day off work and go in the middle of the week.
Mondays and Tuesdays are my weekends now, I guess.
Yeah, you just have to adapt. I mean, I don't know, someone has to do it. And
Yeah.
I think it's cool that you've stepped into that role because
Well, and you
the
guys are
more-
part of that role too. Bear Paw Development is a great advocate for local everything, really.
we
It's
try.
the fuel of these local economies.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
we don't have big industry coming in to these smaller communities or any of the communities in our area, but particularly the really rural areas, especially unincorporated. So you could generate your own and keep things afloat.
So this is where I turn it around on you. You guys are a resource that we along the High Line can use. What do we need to come to you for the help if we have an idea? What's our first step?
Share your idea.
Yeah, I mean, really, it just starts with the idea. We have all of the we have the ability to help with the business plan and, look at lending and those sorts of things, even if you don't go through us for lending. We have a small business development center that will walk you through from that idea to getting it off the ground.
A lot of times people maybe don't reach out with their thoughts or their ideas because they don't know where to go. And we may not be an end all be all, but we can generally link them to something that is.
Yeah.
So just use it as the resource it is. Because there's a lot of people that have like entrepreneurship ideas and things. So come on by.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
And not every idea is gonna be viable, unfortunately, but there have been some really, really cool, businesses that have come here and gotten started up, and most of those people didn't know what they were doing to start with, so
I
go
still don't
off
know
with
what
all
I'm
that
doing.
Are we supposed to
education.
know what we're doing? But one of the fun things that we do is continue to patronize these businesses that we help. We
Yeah.
make a yearly trek to the Sugar Shack as an office
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
and get some chow.
Yeah, and we try to, make sure that we're sharing, all of our local businesses in our region with, the other people that we work with in the state, and, we have a lot of people that will call us, um, like, if they're having meetings or if they're gonna hold conventions, those types of things, they'll call us and say, "Well, where do we go? Who do we talk to?" And so we're able to promote those smaller businesses, and we love businesses we haven't helped either because we find any local business to be super important.
My favorite movement right now is shop local, and I
Yeah.
believe in it wholeheartedly.
You can find more than you think.
Yeah.
I
Might
think
take a little work, might cost an extra buck here and there, but it's worth it to
we all
me.
opt for convenience when
Yeah.
there's some things you can find.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And that will just keep our communities running. It's like you said, it is
Absolutely.
hard up here on the High Line.
It is.
We're
No,
hardy
they're
folks.
not trying to, thank goodness, they're not trying to build a big old data center, but
Not yet.
Not
we
yet.
can cut that.
No.
No, we can keep that. We don't have enough water. That's the
Yeah,
unfortunate
fair enough,
part.
fair enough. But
But I mean, really, what we have is community, and
we've had it for a long time. There's no reason Rudyard uh, or a bunch of these other little towns, they don't operate without people going out and supporting each other. And
absolutely,
we've been good at it.
just got to keep
We're
being
going
good
to
at
keep
it.
being good at it.
And you really can see that shine. I've noticed I'm not from Rudyard. I've lived there about as long as you've been back because that was about when we got married. But you really see that sense of community during harvest.
Mm.
These communities were built on agriculture. Well, they're railroad, but like they're really ag places. And you also you're a farmer.
Yep, I'm out there driving trucks and combines and stuff. So, and go to the high school basketball games. They're full still,
They are.
which is great.
Getting more full.
Yeah. Um, we support our kids, we support each other, and it's a uphill battle, but we're still fighting for it.
And I think there's a surge of younger folks stepping up in these smaller towns. There's
Absolutely.
quite a few people that moved back like you did or, like my husband did. And we want to make the community better. So I think that's been good. There's definitely been an increase in that.
Yeah, and it went in waves because when I was in high school, nobody came back. Uh, it was really the grocery store closed. Things were closing. And then, there were most of them are just a little younger than me, but they all came back and there's kids in school again and there's cars on Main Street and
A lot.
I know.
Yeah.
drive through on a weekday morning, and there's cars up and down. It's all 2 blocks, but
I didn't know though, like how bustling Rudyard was back in the day. Like there was 2 car dealerships,
2 car dealerships, implements, couple grocery stores.
a furniture. There's still a furniture store.
Yes, there is. Uh, movie theater, a couple hotels up until like the
Yep.
70s.
Yeah,
Wow. Are they still standing?
One of them is.
yeah. I would not enter it.
Oh,
I've gone in. It's fine.
Have you? Of course you have.
I don't think I believe you.
All these little towns were a lot different, and it was neat to see. Like, I mean, Jake and I have made you look at all the crazy old pictures of Rudyard.
The things that they have subjected me to at the dining room table. But then we subject him because we do have a movie centered tradition of our own that we did not do this year because of chaos. But every award season, we drink champagne and watch award shows and judge the fashion.
It's a lot of fun.
And Jake does not understand
I
the joy
think-
that we get from that.
I think you should bring that to the movie theater and invite everyone.
Oh, that could be
That
fun.
would
Not
be
the worst
fun.
idea. I just have to convince people that the Oscars matter. They don't, but they're fun.
But it's fun.
But I think if you kind of made it like a Met Gala, and gave it like a theme and told everyone to come dressed, like
Oh.
I'd come to that. That would be really, really fun.
It's usually in our living room, but yeah,
Yeah.
we could take it to the theater.
I try to watch as many as I can so that I can have an informed opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Leading
we
up
do.
to it, you can have like all of the nominations, like play some of those movies.
We've gotten pretty good at guessing too. Like we're pretty accurate at guessing who the winner is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
We miss a few, but
Did all right this year. Yeah.
yeah.
I can't tell you actors' names if I'm being honest. I'm really bad at that. I'm like, that one guy with he's got like hair and like a face. That guy?
It's fun though.
Jake can tell you which college football
Yeah.
players came from, and I can tell you what other movies this director did. We each have our little lanes, and that's where I landed.
Real fun at the Shrizzle House.
Sarah and I were just talking about this on our way back from a conference the other day of just like the amount of random knowledge that we hold, but also that our husbands hold, especially on sports. I don't get it.
Fun. It's a drama played out in real time. It's
It
delightful.
is.
Yeah.
It's brutal. What is one movie that you refuse to play? Or are there a gaggle of movies that you refuse to play?
Refused to play. So far, I've refused to play most horror movies. I'm sorry.
Well, you've got to make it palatable for most people that are coming.
I got to play to the crowd. I
Yeah.
know who's
Yeah.
probably going to show up and do play those movies. There's not a ton that I won't play. There's some that I can't, just with the licensing.
There's not one movie that just like stinks to your soul and you just,
I don't want to be negative, mostly. So
That's fair.
can't,
We all have
can't
one.
find a good one. If I made a movie, I wouldn't show it because they're terrible.
what was that movie we saw on Mystery Movie Wednesday? I think you should play it again.
The DVD is probably upstairs. I could probably find it.
That's so good.
So weird.
I remember exactly what it was. It was a Tom Selleck movie.
Yeah.
my
Yeah, it did have
gosh.
Tom Selleck in it.
Nice.
And a dog.
And a dog.
Mm-hmm. Need to play westerns. Westerns are
Do
still
you?
just yep.
You have to play?
Oh, how they're delightful.
You usually only do like 1 or 2 a year though.
Yeah, I need to do more. People are always requesting westerns.
I'm sure. What do you feel is the like most iconic movie? Like you can't die without seeing this movie.
How long do we have? I always thought about this. The best movie I've ever seen. I just rewatched it and it absolutely holds up. It's called The Hustler.
Don't think I've seen it.
It's Paul Newman and George C. Scott and Jackie Gleason, and it's about a pool hall hustler in the 60s.
Interesting.
And it has its ups and downs. Tippi Hedren was in it. We had an entire class in college discussion of whether it was a 3-act or 5-act structure. and we never came to a conclusion.
Interesting.
And you would think, like, with his background in movies and he, runs the movie theater, that he'd be like a movie snob. No, you can watch the dumb movies. Like, you'll laugh just as hard at Dumb and Dumber with us.
Absolutely.
Like,
Dumb and Dumber
they-
is maybe close to a perfect movie.
It's so fun.
so good.
I feel like sometimes the dumb movies are made by some of the most brilliant people making movies because they know when to do the bit, when to not. I mean, their timing is just perfect.
Dumb humor for smart people.
Yeah, because when you watch, I've seen like bad dumb movies that are just like
Velocipaster.
No, that was a great one. That one was
See?
that
You
one
can
was
stand by it. I love it.
phenomenal. That one was so good because it knew that it was dumb.
It leans into it.
Yeah, it was like, at one point, like a car blows up. This is in the beginning, so it's not any spoilers.
Ninjas, cars blowing
No,
up.
you have to watch this movie. A car blows up, and there's like a little like the car is now gone, and the parents died. And it just said, like, we didn't have the budget for an explosion, so like insert explosion.
Love it.
It's so good.
Heavens.
That reminds me, I read a short story of Mark Twain last night. It's almost the exact same thing. He tells this long story, and then the last two paragraphs are, I'm not going to finish this. I got the characters into a spot I can't get them out of.
Honesty.
And I loved it. It was brilliant.
That's awesome. I love those movies that like leave you on a cliffhanger with no like they're never coming back. They're not doing a second one. They
You
just thought
like
that was
that?
funny. Oh yeah.
Oh, it
100%.
does nothing for my anxiety.
I love
and
movies that make you like think. I love the movie what is it called? Mother.
I
With
didn't
Jennifer
see that.
Lawrence.
Yep,
Oh,
that was a horror movie.
that
so-
was it's fascinating. I grew up very religious, so I know the Bible quite well, and it's like an allegory for that. And my husband had no idea. He was like, "What is this? This is so weird." Like, and I was like, "And this is what this means?" And he's like, "You're really annoying."
You're ruining this.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't understand." I'm like, "No, it's so cool because it's not cool."
Sometimes you can you can find out a lot about movies. It takes so much to make a movie that none of it's on an accident.
Yeah.
It has to be done well. When I walk on set, if it was a small movie, there'd be 30 or 40 of us running around.
Wow.
So that's how many people are just on set doing the filming. How many are in the office doing planning, doing the writing? Later, they're going to do all the editing.
Yeah, that's why movies cost so much.
It's a lot of people. And so very little is an accident. And
Is it as glamorous as people want to believe it is?
absolutely not. I don't know. I was a man. I did manual.
Grungy.
I did manual labor. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of funny. It's very interesting to me. I come from a lot of theater background, and I find it kind of funny to take a step back and look at things a little bluntly and just go, these are all like you have hundreds of people here hanging out to play pretend. Like it's so silly,
This is the best.
but it's so cool,
But it's such a big part of our lives.
all these adults are like, we're gonna tell a story and people are gonna love it, and it's just
I'm
that
gonna
is
pretend to be
so-
somebody else.
it's such a cool cultural thing that's across the world. It's not even
And so movies are just the next step in theater, which I don't have a lot of experience with. I know both of you guys do. But when did they start performing plays? The earliest ones I know about are Greek.
cavemen, like,
We're talking 3,000 years minimum.
and that's just when they started like writing them down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's in our nature to perform and to
Yeah.
be performative.
And tell stories.
Yep.
It's
Mhm.
telling stories.
yeah, it's just absolutely fascinating.
Well, and how much work do you do before you put on a play?
Oh, stupid amounts of work. Yeah, I have a couple friends that are working on The Hunchback here. My mom is I think she's directing it. No, she's just doing cost. I don't know. Anyway, no, she's directing. I don't know.
Go
Sam's
say-
tonight.
Yeah, so sorry. I have a lot of words. Anyways, I've got a couple friends that are in that, and they're putting like 45 hours in just this week.
That's a full-time. That's a
That's a
full-time
second
job with
job.
overtime.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous. It's also part of the reason I don't do it often because it does take a ton of time. But it's just it's fascinating to me that, they're just up there playing pretend, just putting on a show because it makes them happy and it brings other people joy. And in the end, I think it's worth it. I like thinking about it in that way of just like, you're just playing swords like we used to as children.
Heck yeah.
Gotta have some joy in our lives.
Yeah.
So when can people come watch a movie?
Wednesdays is our mystery movie. Everything's at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, mystery movie. There's a hint that goes out in the email.
How do you get on that email list?
You email, I need to remember the email. Rudyard Film. I think it's rudyardfilm@gmail. If you email that, I will try to get you on the email list.
And we can include it
In the description.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7 p.m. Come get popcorn. Come get popcorn even if you don't stay for a movie. It's really good popcorn.
Yeah, you can just pop in and grab. Sometimes we do.
That's
Like, wait till
awesome.
the movie starts and then we'll come get popcorn
Heck
and
yeah.
come back home. Maybe not a popsicle, a pickle on a stick.
Yeah, I got to get
Pickles
pickles
on a
today.
stick.
Yes.
Got a pickles.
Oh,
Chili dilly,
And he brings us
Nice.
the leftovers after the season ends.
shaved ice.
okay.
Yeah.
I need to come watch a movie. Well, head over this weekend to go watch super fun movies and on
Absolutely.
that email list.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Super exciting.
Conrad, thanks for joining us and sharing your perspective on everything we talked about today and kind of the role that the theater plays in the small communities.
It's always so inspiring to hear how places like Rudyard continue to create meaningful experiences and connections, even in the smallest of towns.
And thank you to everyone for tuning in to Bear With Us, the podcast from Bear Paw Development, where we highlight the people, places, and things that make North Central Montana thrive. It's one of those episodes.
If you find yourself traveling along the High Line, be sure to make a stop in Rudyard. You might just discover something special.
And as always, thanks for bearing with us.
Thank you guys.